Oh, it feels so good. It's been a long 5.5 months. It's been tough mentally, tough physically. It's the first long-term injury that I've had, so I'm really glad to be back.
I'm sure that physically it's not 100% there or 1,000% there, but just given how long it's been and how much you've been fighting to get back, just mentally, how does it feel?
Really good, really good. I feel like generally soccer is my outlet, so when you take that away, it's frustrating. And so it's frustrating for my entire life, really. It's not just my job, it's like a big portion of my life. So that was difficult, but it feels really good to be back out there, even if I'm, still shaking off some rust, but it feels great.
At the time your injury occurred, the team was maybe not even having its best games, but still getting 3 points pretty regularly. Now it's at a point where 3 points are harder to come by, but still in pretty good position in the standings. What's it like to jump into an extremely hectic finish to the season?
Yeah, it's been a long time, so a lot's changed since I last played. It is hectic. It's always hectic towards the end of the year. Teams fighting for points, and whereas earlier in the season, teams are still trying to figure it out. So it's hectic. That being said, it's hectic for all teams. Everyone's fighting for points. So it's going to be an adjustment, but I'm up for it.
What was it like seeing all these changes? I don't want to say from afar, you were still around, but just like not being there, not being in the lineup for all the changes. How do you think the team is positioned to potentially make a run?
Yeah, maybe not from afar, but maybe not as up close as I normally am. So it's different. You're in a different position. You watch the games from the stands. It's not the same as being in the locker room. So it's a different feeling. And just traveling against Orlando, I didn't know how much I was going to play, but just being back in the locker room, back with the guys, it was great.
What do you think this team can do?
I think earlier in the season we were in really good form, and I think even in the middle we had a good run, and I think we need to get back to that, and then the sky's the limit. We've got a great roster. Obviously we have some injuries which hurts us, some guys on international duty this week, but I think that also shows our quality that this group has, and so I think we've got a lot of potential.
One of your favorite quotes is "Don't ever feel sorry for yourself."
It is.
How you sort of approach this recovery?
For sure. It's been a learning process, and hopefully I'll get better from this. But I try not to feel sorry for myself because there are guys dealing with worse injuries. Martial torn Achilles, Brandon ACL, Dylan ACL. My injury relative to that is still serious, but is not as bad. So maybe it's a blessing in disguise. It's not easy to see now, but maybe in the future, whether I'll changing certain regimens that I'm using, stretching, could benefit me in the long run. So I try to avoid feeling sorry for myself.
And you're coming back into the team at such an important time as well. From a personal point of view, that must be so exciting for you.
It is. It's really exciting. It's an important time for the team, important time for myself. I feel like the timing is good. If it was just 1 week later, it's like, oh, only 2 games left. Does he get in before the playoffs? So I feel like that Orlando game was crucial for me, and hopefully I'll get into a rhythm before the playoffs start.
And finally, do you have a message for the fans from your personal point of view and also on behalf of the team as we're going to playoffs?
Yeah, thanks for having me back. I'm so glad to be here. I love all my fans, and I missed them while I was gone, and I'm glad to be back playing in front of them.